All right, we're going to get started. So, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Whether you know me or not, my name is Amanda Ryba. I have been a licensed financial coach and consultant for the past 8 years. And one thing that I specialize in helping people out with is rolling money from one retirement plan to another. So, I am doing this live today to teach you guys and kind of walk you through the steps if you have been recently laid off. Maybe you have recently changed jobs or you've recently retired and you have money saved with that old employer, either in a 401k, a 457, a 403b, maybe a pension plan, maybe a TSP account. As you can tell, there's a lot of different types of retirement plans you can have through your work. But the number one rule is, when you leave that company, take your money with you. I am sure that many of you have dated somebody in the past, right? I'm sure you're all very handsome men and women. I'm sure you've dated somebody in the past. Question, when you broke up with that person, did you leave your money? Did you leave your wallet? Did you leave your car keys at your ex's house? Or did you take everything with you when you left, right? Comment in the chat, what would you do? Would you leave your money at the ex's or would you take it all with you? I would hope you would take it all with you. Keep that same mindset when you leave your job, when you leave your company. If you had retirement plans with that old employer, you always want to take your money with you. Why? Well, you never know what's going to happen to that company. If you're getting laid off, there's a chance that company could go under, right? They could go bankrupt. If you're choosing to leave, you still don't know the solvency of that company. And if that company were to go under, your 401k, your 457, your retirement plan is considered a company asset. So it's not your money, right? Meaning that the company holds on to it and it's the last thing that gets paid out after they go through their bankruptcy proceedings. So it's very important that when you leave, just be smart, roll your money out as quickly as you can, take it with you as quickly as you can. Now, having some experience in this prior to being in financial services and now, it's not always the easiest thing to roll your money out, right? I remember doing this when I was in my very early 20s and I had moved from Ohio to California and I had like a little dinky 401k plan with a company in Ohio and I was trying to roll it here and I ended up screwing the entire thing up. It wasn't much, it was maybe 20 grand, but long story short, I ended up paying taxes and penalties on it because it looked like I counted it as income and my 20 grand quickly became 10. Because I owed all this stuff on it. I had no idea what I was doing. So today I'm going to teach you guys how not to make the same mistakes that I made. Now, having been in the financial services industry for 8+ years, I am very, very, very well versed in helping people get access to their money and move their money. There's a lot of different ways this can play out, and it can be very complicated or it can be very simple. It just depends on how that account was set up, what investment company has it, and ultimately what we're looking to do with it. But that being said, first and most important thing is you need to find out what investment company has your money. So if you guys work a job, please do this today, or if it's late your time, do this tomorrow. Find out, if you don't already know, what investment company has your retirement account. Is it any of the big names, right? The Vanguards, the Charles Schwabs, the Fidelities, right? Those are all the big names. Transamerica, Voya, right? Prudential, Principal, like I've seen all of those for 401k plans. And Power is another big one. Who has your 401k? Find that out. I would encourage you to make an online login to that account so that you have access to it. And if you have recently changed jobs, the very first thing you're going to want to do is call that company and ask them a series of questions to find out if your money is eligible to be rolled over, how much of it is, and essentially where, not essentially where, if it's eligible to be rolled over, and essentially how you do it, right? So there is a process to this. So, and you guys are in luck. Instead of making you all sit there taking notes, I actually have a script all typed up and ready to rock and roll. I am calling it the Rollover script. And this document literally will tell you everything, will walk you through step by step how to roll over your 401k, right? Really how to roll over anything, but I'm kind of tailoring this more specifically for a 401k. And it is literally in first person. So like you asking these questions. So if you guys want a copy of this script because you're in this situation, just direct message me. I'm going to say, because we're on YouTube here, comment in the comments below, rollover script, and I'll connect with you. But really I need to have a direct message with you to be able to send this to you. So I can comment in the messages below, and then I can send you the link to get this emailed to you. But this is basically what this looks like. So I'm going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to show you. So here is the script. So hopefully you guys can see this, but this is what the script actually looks like. And let's see. These are the basic questions in terms of rolling over your 401k. So there's a lot of them. Let me zoom in a little bit so it's not so small. But first, right, if you've recently changed jobs, been laid off, or are transitioning into retirement, and you have a retirement plan with your former employer, follow these steps. Boom. And I'm not gonna sit here and go over all of these steps with you guys, but this is a very long document, and it literally walks you through exactly what to say on the phone when you are calling to get your 401k plan rolled over. So, to give you kind of the flow, right, the first thing we want to find out is some details about your account. You want to know your account number, you want to know what type of account it is, you want to know the current balance as of the last close of market, which just means it depends on where you're at, right? So close of market is 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Yes, 1 p.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. Yes, that's correct. So that's the close of market. The start of market is at 6:30 in the morning Pacific time, 9:30 in the morning Eastern time. So you want to find out what's the balance of your account as the last close of market. You want to find out if it's a Roth account or if it's a traditional account, how much is in both. You want to confirm your mailing address, and most importantly, you want a copy of your statement. Then from there, you've got to ask questions about how to actually roll your money out. So how much of my money is actually eligible to be rolled out of this account? What's the process to do that? That's a very important question. What's the process to do that? They could have forms that they need you to complete, which may or may not require signature guarantees or stamps. They may just simply accept transfer of assets paperwork from the new firm that you want to roll your money to. If that's the case, that's great. That's the ideal situation. And let's see. Let's see. We want to know what's and also you could sometimes just do this over the phone, so that's relatively pretty easy. It could also be done over the phone, and you want to find out what's the timeline once they receive all the paperwork. That's important. And where are they sending the check? That's also very important. Are they sending the check in the mail to you? Are they sending the check in the mail to the new institution? All those things are very, very important. So, and then from there, that's going to give you all the information that you need to then go and figure out what you want to do with this money, right? So the key is you got to get all these answers first. You ideally want to know all this stuff first. Again, if you want a copy of this script, DM me or message me below. Either DM me on Instagram, which you can find that through the link in my bio, or message at the bottom of this live rollover script. And we will send you the link to register to get this sent to you through email, so you have a copy of it and you'll know exactly what to do in regards to rolling over your 401k. Now, if there's any questions, please drop them in the comments. I do know I'm talking fast. I'm trying not to take too much of your guys' time. So drop any questions you have in the comments, but this rollover script really should be super helpful in terms of walking you guys through what you need to do. But then from there, you have to figure out, where do you essentially want to put your money? That's the next most important step, right? So I'm going to share this with you guys, walk you guys through this. So in terms of rolling over your money, you have to figure out essentially how you want to see your money grow. So you can have anything in a fixed, a variable, or an index strategy. Fixed, this is kind of like our banks, right? We don't really earn a lot, we don't really lose a lot, and I don't really want to be touching my computer screen because I just cleaned it for you guys. So let me get a pen. Okay. Just clean it for you. So I want my fingerprints on there, but so fixed, and this is marketing a church out in Tennessee. I can't remember which one, Church of the something. But anyways, fixed, this means that we're not earning a lot, but we're not losing a lot. Your 401k is going to be here. It's going to be in a variable account, meaning that money is going to be going up and down. So not bad, right? If you've got time for the money to grow, not necessarily a bad thing. But you also have to remember there comes a lot of risk, right? They always say with the potential to earn a lot is also the potential to lose a lot. So you just have to be mindful if you're in a variable account that can go up and down. Always great, right? If we retire at the top, but what happens if you're retiring at the bottom? Not so great, right? Nobody wants that. And indexed. Index is a really popular strategy that's been out for a while now. It's kind of a blend of fixed and variable put together. So when the market goes up, that account grows, but when the market falls, that value actually gets locked in and you don't lose anything. Up again, it grows, down again, it falls, and again, your value gets locked in. So Not too good to be true, just too good to be free. There's always a way the company that you put your money with is going to profit in some way, shape, or form. They're going to take a little piece of what you make. But the reality is you give up a little bit of the upside to deal with none of the downside risk, which usually means you're going to end up higher in the long run than something here. So the key after looking at each one of these three is which way would you prefer to see your money grow? Do you want it in something fixed where it doesn't really grow but it doesn't lose? Variable where you're going to see it go both directions, or index where you can only earn but never lose? Most of the people that I talk to tend to want this strategy because they just don't want to deal with the risks that come along with it. So that being said, from there, then you have to figure out what types of accounts to put your money into, right? So if we like the index strategy, which again is super popular today. Hold on, I'm right-handed and I'm holding this with my right hand. Okay, so index accounts are really popular. I'm going to show you guys this. This is just an example of an indexed account that you can roll a retirement plan into. We call it a indexed IRA annuity. So this could be set up for a Roth plan. This could be set up for a traditional plan. Really, any type of plan can be rolled into this. The key is, however the original money was set up to be taxed, those same tax principles will apply into this account as well. So here's an example, just an example. Great day outside, right? Isn't it beautiful? Beautiful. But here's an example of a client that I had recently helped out, male, 55 years old, where he had a traditional 401k, so we rolled it into an IRA annuity that is indexed. And here's what's cool, is he put in $500,000 and he's getting a 10% net single premium bonus on that $500,000 day one for rolling it over. So what that means is, if you look down here, he put in $500,000 premium bonus, 50 grand day one for opening up the account. So if you look all the way over here to the right hand side, accumulated value, this is his cash, this is the money, this is all of his money, right, growing in his account. Day one, he went from 50,000 to, oh, hold on one quick second. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we've got somebody being annoying, but here we go. So here what you'll notice is this account is growing and compounding, right? So day one, it went from 500,000 plus that $50,000 bonus to 571,000 day one, just for opening up the account. Can't lie, right? It literally shows it here on the actual illustration. And then cash value. So again, this is why it's not too good to be true. This is a retirement account. This is a 10-year account. He's going to keep his money in here for 10 years at least. So what that means is, as the 10 years is growing, as his money is growing over 10 years, you will see this money, this cash value, this is what he actually has access to. So if he were to cancel the contract in year one, he would not get the full 571,000. He would actually get 481,000. He's not going to get that. Cash value is what you're going to get if you cancel the contract. Accumulation value is what you actually have. After, what is this, 4 or 5 years, he would have 844,000 in there. If he canceled it, he'd have access to 774,000. After 10 years, he would have 1.284 million. He would have access to $1.284 million. Pretty neat. Now, the death benefit, there is no life insurance attached to this. There's no process to get approved. The accumulated value is just the same thing as his death benefit. So if he were to pass away, his family would get all of this. Oopsie, sorry guys. Family would get all of this in a death benefit. So obviously this guy's goal is to use this for retirement. So his thoughts are, okay, I'm going to retire at age 65, right? After 65, he's going to retire at 65, start to take this money out in income. You will see this is kind of the average historical projections, how this account has done in the past. Now, again, past results do not indicate future performance, but it gives you kind of an idea on how this would have done. So if he would have put in $500,000, he gets his bonus of $50,000 day one for opening up the account. 10 years later, the account grows to a value of approximately $1.284 million. Taxable, right, if this is a traditional IRA that we're rolling in. Now he wants to start to take this out as earned income. That $1.284 million can turn into an income stream in retirement. So I just put down that he's going to start to take out a value of 5% of the account value per year. So if he's taking out just 5% per year, he could take out 66,000, then 83, then 78, then 80, then 87, then 108, then 103, then 120, then 114, so on and so forth. So let's see. When he is 85, he's taken out 152,000 a year. He still has $2.884 million inside this account. When he's 90, he's taken out what? 176 a year in income, and he still has now 3.435 million. And the reason is because this money is still growing and compounding. Whatever he's not touching is still growing, right? And if he lives to be basically 99 years old, he's taken out $260,000 a year. He would have taken out a total of $4.817 million in retirement, and he only rolled in $500,000 initially. Say wow. Right? That's pretty powerful. So, and if he died, his family would still get $5.4 million. So this is the power of what we call indexed annuities. Literally, this is like a set it and forget it account. Like you don't got to do anything with it. You roll the money in, you lock it in, you let it grow. The downside to them is you are on a contract. So it's not like a traditional IRA where you could roll in 500,000 and then, cancel it. Like you are on a 10-year contract. So as you saw with that surrender period in the beginning, the longer your money is in the account, the more and more of it you have access to. Now, just because it's a 10-year contract doesn't mean that you don't have access to it for 10 years. He has access to 10% of it every single year. But if he's 55, he can't access this anyways until he's 59 and a half, right? Basically 60 years old. So it kind of makes sense to stick it somewhere and let it grow while you are waiting to retire. Now, you may be thinking, well, Amanda, I'm not 55. I'm young, right? I recently changed jobs. I recently got laid off. I'm only 40. Like, what do I do with my money? What's something that I could do? Well, you can do something very similar. Here, though, we're going to call this a flexible premium Roth IRA indexed annuity, right? So if you have a Roth 401k that you want to roll over because you recently changed jobs or got laid off, you can still contribute into this fund. So let me show you. Hopefully you guys are following along. So here, younger client, right? 40 years old. We're setting this up as a Roth IRA indexed annuity, and she's putting in her $100,000 from her 401k, and she wants to contribute $500 a month. So if you look over here, right, boom, she puts in her $100,000 plus $500 a month is $6,000 a year, right? And let's just say we do that until we retire. And because she's smart and she's young and she's saving, she can retire at 60, right? She still has to wait until she's at least 59 and a half to touch this money because it is a retirement account. But if you look over here, her accumulated value, look at that. There is no bonus with this one either. She's not getting that $50,000 bonus on this one. This one's really just designed to grow and be flexible so she can contribute into it. But by the time she turns 60, she would have about $928,000 in here and that she has access to. And if she dies, her family collects that all tax-free because this is a Roth IRA, not a traditional IRA. It came from a Roth 401k, not a traditional 401k. And then if she wants to start taking out an income stream to live off of, we're looking at here, she could start with, oh good Lord, I went up too far. Annualized withdrawals, right? Let's just say again, she's taking out 5% per year. It starts her at $46,000, tax-free. And check this out. As her pot of money grows, she's taking out a higher percentage, right? So she's getting access to more and more and more and more money, to the point where when she's 80, she's taking out $95,000 a year from just this one account. When she is, let's see. When she's 90, she's taking out $136,000 from this one account. She still has in here $2.5 million inside the policy. And then when she's 99, she lives to be then, she's still taking out $185,000. She would have taken out a total of $3.782 million tax-free, and she has still in here to transfer to her beneficiaries $3.837 million. So again, this is a flexible indexed annuity. The other one that we looked at was not. That was just a set it and forget it, just put the money in one time. This one allows her to make continual contributions until she retires. And at that point, she can do whatever she wants with that entire lump sum of money, or she can start to use it. See me? Okay, cool. I was getting a phone call over top of you. But that being said, the funny thing is every time I do a live, it's always the same person that calls. I find that funny. But okay, well, let me get you guys set up. There you go. We're set up. Okay. But that being said, right, that's the power of these accounts. The fact that you can actively save money into it and you don't have to worry about losing any money. It's only going to grow. And it's something that's going to be there guaranteed when you retire. So I'm just showing these to you guys as options. I'm not at all recommending this is what you should do. The key is if you are at that point where you have recently changed jobs, recently retired, or gotten laid off, or whatever it is, and you have money in either an old retirement account through that job or even like an old IRA that you're not contributing into, you want to make sure that you get with a licensed financial professional in your resident state or country that can show you some options on what to do with that money. You really want to get on that as quickly as you can. If you want the script that I went over with you guys earlier, I know I didn't show you the whole thing because it's a little bit long, but if you want that script, it's literally word for word what you need to say when you make that phone call to your 401k provider. So just message me below, rollover script, or direct message me on Instagram. That works too. If you guys have Instagram, you can follow me through my link in my bio. Will take you to my Instagram account and you can DM me there, rollover script, and we will get you the link to get that emailed over to you. That's a super helpful document. Follow it word by word. Read it before you use it, but follow it. That's going to take you through everything you need to know to call your 401k provider to get your money rolled over. So hopefully this was helpful. I love sharing this stuff. Again, not saying this is what you should do, just showing this is a great option as opposed to just rolling the money directly into your company employer plan, which is what a lot of people think to do. We do these all the time. I'll say index annuities are probably one of the hottest topics, hottest products that we work with because people don't want the risk. They don't want the uncertainty. And if you can go into an account where you can only earn and never lose and it doesn't really cost you much to be in it, you might as well do it. So that being said, hopefully this is helpful. This video will be saved on my page. So if you have questions or if you want to see anything else similar to this, comment, let me know, and please share this with anyone else you can think of that's recently changed jobs, been laid off or retired, so that they know they have some options and they know what they can do. And I appreciate you all for hopping on. I try to do these lives every single week, so if there's ever anything that you want me to talk about, feel free to DM me on Instagram and let me know. And next week we should have some guests.